Hello and welcome. This is Christina Hills with the Website Creation Workshop, and welcome to today's training on getting started with the Divi theme. And first I want to go over who am I? Well, again, my name is Christina Hills and I am a WordPress coach and teacher. I have been teaching WordPress since 2008. And I teach coaches, consultants, speakers, authors, non-techie business owners how to create their websites in the Website Creation Workshop. I also teach artists and healers, and there's a whole range of people who I teach. And so I teach people how to create their websites in the Website Creation Workshop, and I also teach people who already know the basics how to improve and market their website in the Website Marketing Workshop, and I can talk a little bit more about that at the end. My previous career, I was a visual effects artist in the film and television industry. I worked on films such as Star Wars, E.T. the Extraterrestrial re-release, Jurassic Park, Mars Attacks, and many other films. But now I am an online teacher. All right, well, today's call is about the Divi theme for WordPress. So what is the Divi theme? Divi is a premium WordPress theme. Premium means you have to pay for it. That works with WordPress. It's not instead of WordPress. So it's a theme that you add on to your WordPress site. And my main link for that is christinasresources.com/Divi. And Divi comes with over 2,400 free designs, which are called layouts. And I'm going to go to this page later, christinasresources.com/Divi layouts. Now, Divi is for everyone, but this webinar is specifically for non-techie business owners. You see, these are the people who I serve, people who are building their own websites themselves and don't want to hire out. But the great thing about the Divi theme, web agencies and web design freelancers, they also use Divi to charge a ton of money and make beautiful websites for their clients. But I can teach you how to do it yourself. And there's also online store owners, people who have big stores like Amazon type stores. But I focus on the solo entrepreneur. Now, Divi right now is on sale. They had a Black Friday sale, which rolled into a Cyber Monday sale, and that is still happening. And I'm going to show you how to buy it at the end and how to navigate through, because again, there's a lot of things for web designers and developers that solo entrepreneurs don't need. And my link for that is christinasresources.com/Divi-Cyber Monday, and we'll get those links out to you also at the end. All right, so Divi is like going to the supermarket. There are a lot of options. And this is one of the things that I like about the Divi theme. Then there's also, you want to keep from getting overwhelmed with all the options. So you can have any kind of design you want with the Divi theme. And this is a screenshot of my members area for the website marketing workshop. So with the Divi theme, anyone can create elegant websites, and these are screenshots of some of my students who've taken the website creation workshop. So just a few examples. This gal built her consulting website. This gal had a group coaching program, and this gal has a community website. And as I mentioned, you can have an online course. You can also have a landing page, and if you're here on this webinar, you probably saw this landing page to register for today's call. Divi is also mobile responsive, so you can your site will adjust on mobile. So here's the desktop version of this page of mine, and here is a mobile version of this page of mine. All right, so now I'm going to jump into how is a Divi page organized. And I just want to pause because some people are saying that they don't have sound. Can everyone hear me? If you could just type in the chat, I want to make sure everyone can hear me. All right, so everybody can hear. Okay, there's just a few people who are not having sound. So you can always switch to the phone version if you don't have sound. All right. So what I'm going to do now is walk you through how Divi is organized. So Divi is just like, and again, it's the name of the theme. So it's like your body. Divi has a structure. And when you understand the structure, it's easier to know what you want to do. So Divi has rows and columns with elements inside. And the next few slides are going to show you what I mean by that. So each row, you pick a column structure. So these are the different column structures. So let me go to this next slide. So you can have a row with just one column. You can have a row with 3 columns. I have 3 columns. Here's another row with 1 column. Here's another row with 4 columns. And then another row with 1. So you get to decide, do I want just one big picture of me, or am I going to have 2 things side by side, or am I going to have 4 little things? It's so here we go. 1 column. This is a 3 column. This one is 1 column. This is 4 columns. And then this is 1 column. So, you know, when you go to a website, you don't think about these things, right? You don't think about what's the structure underneath. But when you're building it yourself, this is the kind of thing you want to think about. So you really want to think in terms of building blocks, right? So that's how the Divi theme is put together, with building blocks. So for example, this gal who took the website creation workshop, she has 2 columns. See, so there's 1 column up at the top, and then she has 2 columns. This gal has multiple columns, right? But you might not normally think about that. And here are her multiple columns that now, when I highlight it, you can see sort of how the structure works. So then you put things into the columns, into the rows and the columns. And these are all the different, and I have some slides to show you some of these different things that you can put into the columns. So for example, this is in my graphics creation workshop. I've got an image in these 3 columns, and actually underneath I have some text. So 3 columns, this is a row, this is another row, and I've got an image in here. This one has a video. So I've got a video in here. And then down below, this is a call to action, right? So that's a button asking you to do something. That's what the term call to action means. Then there's also a testimonial module. So if you've got testimonials, Divi has this sort of nice thing. They get the little quote. You can put a picture in. They make the picture a circle. You put a blurb in, then another picture. It's really nice how it organizes this. Then you might have a pricing table. So this is called a pricing table. And in this example, there are 3 options. So here's a screenshot of my pricing table for the website marketing workshop. You can pay monthly, or you can pay by the year, and you can pick which button you want to add. So that's a pricing table. Now, maybe not everybody wants to use a pricing table, but it's figured it all out for you. This is another one that I love, is the countdown timer. So you could have a bonus expiring or a discount expiring, and you just tell it the date it expires and it puts up a countdown. Then there's also circle counters. So you can, if you've got some stats you want to show people. There is a contact form module. So this is a contact form and then a map. So I just put in a Google map and it has that displayed on my website. So these are just a few of the things you can do. There's a lot of other things you can do with the Divi theme. All right, so how do you do this? Well, the way you do it is you use a Divi layout. And as I mentioned before, it comes with all these free designs called layouts. And so you start with a design and then you make it your own. So these are professionally designed website templates that you use to make it suit exactly how you want it to look. All right, so I'm going to go to this page in a little bit, but christinasresources.com/Divi layouts shows you all the layouts so you can see them even before you've purchased. So here's a few examples of some of my students. So she was a health coach, and this is the layout she started with, and then she made it her own, and she kept a lot of the colors. She swapped her photo out, and she had the lines go straight. This one has the lines go diagonally, and so she made a few other changes. Then this other gal who I showed you before, she used that same design layout, but she changed the colors and got rid of, let's see, she made this pink, got rid of this center part. She still has the buttons, she still has the photo. She got rid of this part, but she kept the swoop and then had a picture down below. This gal, she really stuck to the layout. Like, she didn't change very many things at all, and it looks really good. So you look at her site and you figured she spent $10,000 on the design when actually she just used a Divi layout. And then this gal used this acupuncture layout, and she changed this picture and she changed the center picture, but she kept the services. This says book an appointment. She has schedule a discovery call, and she changed the text a little bit here. Had a slightly different background, but her site looks absolutely fabulous. Now this gal is a spiritual coach, and she used the florist layout. So let that sink in. Divi has layouts for like florist, coffee shop, plumbers, restaurants, and you don't have to be that. Like, she's not a florist. She's a quantum heart alignment. I think she's like a law of attraction coach, spiritual coach. But she liked the look of this, and she kept the photo, but she changed what was in this part, and she made the text her own. And let me show you another picture. So this is part of the florist layout, and she kept the top, put her picture in, and then got rid of this stuff in the middle and put her own text. And then it looks like she's got a testimonial down here. So let me just emphasize that again. You don't have to use a layout that goes along with your whatever you are, right? So, and let me keep going. I think you get the idea. Let me move on to, so this one was one that I used, and I actually changed it a lot. This was an SEO for if somebody has an SEO business, and I liked that, and so then I used the layout, but I got rid of these triangles. I had them in at first, but then I decided to get rid of them, and then I made some other changes, but I kept this concept of the overlay color over a photo, and I kept the 3 columns, but instead I put some pictures in there. Let me show you another example. I'm sure there's some of you who are here who are wanting to redesign your site. So if that's you, put redesign in the chat. If you are like, I don't like the way my site looks, I think I want to redesign it. So you can type that in the chat. So I have a website for my recipes, and I kind of outgrew this design, and I wanted something different. So that might be you too. You might be wanting to redesign your site. And so this is my before. So I went to find a layout, and again, we're going to do this later on during the Q&A. I went to the page to look for a layout. I found a layout, right? So I picked one of these. I found the layout, and then I clicked to view the demo. So this is the page on the Divi site. It's a layout I liked, and so then I looked at the demo. So a demo is the web designer, in this instance Elegant Themes, has a sample of what these different layouts look like. So I looked at the sample and then I made it my own. So even though this was for a restaurant site, which was sort of similar to mine is just about recipes, I kept the top the same. I kept this background image the same. I moved this chef kitchen thing down below, and then I put a bunch of my blog posts in here. So I changed it just a little bit. So this is my before and this is my after. I had really just outgrown this design, and so I went with this. So it's one of the things you can do. Here's one of my students, David, and here was his old site. His site is Culture Work, and here is his new site. And he said, none of this would have happened without Christina's excellent training. Her easy style and super clear instruction made it possible even for this old dog with very little tech know-how to follow everything and eventually get it done. Christina's an excellent teacher, and the website creation workshop for me was a most pleasant experience. Excellent instruction and enjoyable too. I have to mention also the terrific support I experienced from all her lovely people, and I do have an amazing team. All right, so I want to demonstrate some of these pre-made layouts, and I'm going to go to this page. So I'm going to get out of PowerPoint, and let me bring up, oh, here we go. Let me bring up, sorry, 1 second. I should have had this up earlier. So I want to show you some of these examples. So here is my student. Oh, let me go back and open this in a new tab. Okay, so here's the layout. So you want to go to christinasresources.com. You don't have to go there now, /Divi layouts. And Joanna, maybe you can put that in the chat for everybody. christinasresources.com /Divi layouts. So I want to show you all how this works. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you how to get started. So this is the page for the layouts. These are all the different options. And if you want to narrow it down, let's say to business, you could do that, but you might miss out on something. Like that gal who has a spiritual site, she picked the florist. So this will then narrow it down to like 88 designs. So I could take that off. Or if you want to bring up fashion and beauty, you can select that. And you have to give it a minute. Seems to take some time to think. Yeah, see how it takes a few times. And so now this is fashion and beauty. But again, I would just, I mean, you could click fashion and beauty and health and fitness and lifestyle, but I believe that you're probably going to find something that's going to be outside your industry. So that's how this works. So here is, so what I'm doing is I'm looking at, this is the demo of what this layout can do. So if you buy the Divi theme, you get all these layouts for free. They come included. What I'm doing now is looking at the website to see how it's going to look. So this is what Kitty did, and here's her about Vanessa, and oh, she looks like she's missing Vanessa's picture. She's got a FAQ in here, additional resources. Oh, it looks like she's got a podcast. That looks great. And services. So this is what Kitty started with, which was this. Let me show you another example. So this is the gal who picked the florist. So here is the florist design, and you can just click around and see what you like. Now with the Divi theme, you are allowed to use, when I last looked, you are allowed to use the photos that are included. So here is, let's find that. Yeah, so here is the design she started with, and she made it her own. And then let's look at her about page. I want to see the different. So here's her about page, and she used, let me see which one she used. Shop. Trying to find which design she used that had this picture at the top. I might have missed it. So it's not going to be a carbon copy of what you can change it to however you want it to look. And oh, this birthing beautifully. So this one I showed, and she really did change it a lot. She used this one. And then let me show you the one that I did, Christina's recipes. So this is a food recipes landing. Yeah, I guess it was similar to, mine is very similar to theirs. And that was because I really wanted these images. I really liked the images. But then I made a bunch of changes to it. So let me look at, here's the different recipes. Here was one recipe page that I pretty much did follow. And here is my apple pie jello. It's jello that tastes like apple pie. And there's my recipe. Okay, so I think I'm going to go back to PowerPoint. I can show more examples. Oh, let me just show this gal. She's one of my latest students, and so you look at her site and you think she spent a ton of money to create this, and she just used this design. So now notice Let's go to the top of her site. And am I going too fast? Let me know if am I going too fast or am I okay? I don't want to go too fast. Okay, Stephen is saying it's good. Okay, so here's her site. Here's the layout. She changed this image. She changed this image, right? This sort of background image. She still has services and she's got some text here. She's got schedule a discovery call. This is book an appointment. And she didn't use this part, right? She decided she didn't want it. And I think she might have combined a different layout as well. I think she combined a couple layouts together. And let me look around at her about page. So about Natasha, let's look at this about page. Yes, so here is their about us and here's hers. So she kept this photo, but she switched this with a picture of her. So she's a health coach and she does Ayurvedic and yoga and meditation. So she put some of her own pictures in here, but she kept this kind of structure here. Here's about Natasha, and here, see how this looks? Very much the same. So you can, Marla, combine different layout themes. Yes, you can do that. All right, let me get back to PowerPoint. Hold on.
Christina, we had a couple people that said it was a little bit fast.
A little too fast? Okay.
A few people were like, it's a little bit fast, but most people said the pacing was just right.
Okay. Thank you for letting me know. That's why I like to have a Q&A. All right, so how do you buy the Divi theme? As I mentioned, it is on sale now for Cyber
Is
Monday.
your screen
My screen is paused. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. So, how do you buy the Divi theme? It is on sale now. This is their biggest sale of the year, is the Black Friday Cyber Monday. If you never bought the Divi theme before, so if you're brand new, you want the Divi membership. Okay, you don't want the freelancer, you don't want the agency, you don't need to pay for those things. Again, these are for professional web designers and for big agencies that are going to charge 20 grand to build a website. So if you've never had it before, this is the one you're going to want. And this would be buying basically the theme only. They call it a membership because they give you a bunch of other stuff as well, but you're really just paying for the theme. And I'm going to walk you through that as well. If you already have the Divi theme and you want to upgrade to lifetime, you can do that here. Or if you want to renew at a discounted price, and then it will give you, 365 days with the new price. And then Divi AI, I'm hoping to have a chance to show you that as well. You may or may not want that, but it is pretty cool. So Divi comes as a yearly access or lifetime. So if you want to pay the least amount of money, you sign up for the $67, and then every year you would pay $67. So you pay it on an annual basis. If you buy the lifetime, well, 3 years, you would have paid for the lifetime. So if you're not sure, do 67. Maybe later you can upgrade. But if you know, oh my goodness, I want it and I'm going to have it for life, then I would pay for the lifetime access. But that's how the pricing works. And I can't remember how many years I've had Divi now. I should probably look that up. So if you only want the Divi theme, that is what you would pay. Normally it's 87 and now it's 67. Okay, so here's some of my FAQs, and then I'll be going to questions. Can you mix and match different layouts? The answer is yes. If you start with a different theme, can you switch to Divi later? Yes. So maybe you're using a different theme. Maybe you like your theme, but you only want Divi on certain pages. You can do that as well. What happens at the end of the year if you don't get the lifetime? You would renew at the end of your year for your same price of 67. So I believe you get it's locked in at 67. I think that's what, yes, save $22 each year. So that would be your price instead of 87. How do I get the extra perks? There's some extra perks with a lifetime package. Do we have the rights to use the images that come with the layouts? Yes, this is quoting them. All our layout packs include 100% license-free images, so you don't have to buy images, and that is what I was told. You may want to just double check that in case it changed, but I don't think it did. This is why you buy it, because they've figured it out for you. Can you change the fonts? Yes. Can you use Divi on a site a designer built with something else? Yes, you can change your theme to Divi. So if you have a site and your designer built it for you and you want to take over and you want to switch to Divi, you can do that. Do I need Divi Cloud or Divi Teams or Divi VIP? The answer is no. You don't need those things. Do you need Divi AI? Maybe. Like AI is the hot thing right now. And if you think you want to use it, and I'm going to show you an example of how I used it. And they make it really easy. So, but these other things you don't need. Can I buy once and use it on multiple websites? This is key. Yes. Divi lets you use it on as many websites as you want for yourself, right? So if you're building multiple websites, you can use it on different websites. Can I use my own pictures? Yes. Do I still use Elementor if I have Divi? If you don't know what Elementor is, then don't worry about it. Elementor is a page builder. If you have Divi, you don't need Elementor. You might still want to use it, but you don't have to use it. Can I use Divi on my current theme at the same time? Yes, you can use Divi as a plugin if you only want it on certain pages. And I don't know if I have an example of that. I think I might have an example of that. If anybody wants to see that, just ask. All right, so today's training is on how to use the Divi theme. If you want more coaching, my website marketing workshop can help you out with that, and we'll probably include that link at the end. Now I want to show you how to purchase the Divi theme. So I'm going to again get out of PowerPoint and go to, can you put the Cyber Monday link in the chat? Wait, I think I can get it from here. All right, I'll copy this and bring up this.
I got it in the chat.
I'll open a new tab. All right, christinasresources.com/Cyber Monday. So this is where I'm going to explain how you want to get this deal. So you scroll down. If you're new to Divi, means you've never had it before, this is what you want to buy. If you want to spend extra money, you can. Divi Cloud is like Dropbox. It's for designers who are building multiple sites for different people. Divi AI, I will show you that. Divi Teams, I don't use it even though I have a team. Divi VIP, you don't need that. That's their extra support, but their normal support is really good, so you don't need to pay for that. So you would click on claim this offer, and then during their sale, you're going to get some kind of free prize. So this is the free prize you're going to get, and I don't included free or some other stuff you're going to get, and you would click claim this offer, and then here again 67. the freelancers more, the agencies more. This is by the year, right? 67 a year. That's why I'm saying you don't need to spend this much money every year. If you want lifetime, you click this tab up here and that'll give you lifetime. So you're going to pay this once, 187 once. So if you want to save money, 67. If you think you'll have it for more than 3 years, select this. But this is, you've got to pay extra money each year. That's why I'm saying you don't need freelancer, you don't need agency. I would just get the builder. All right, so now let me go back up. You know what? I'm going to follow that link again because I want to show if you already had Divi. So if you're brand new, this is what you pay, and you can get lifetime or annual. Creator bundle, again, you don't need these things. These are for web designers. You really don't need them. Okay, here's if you have Divi. If you want to upgrade, you would click claim this offer, and you're also going to get a free prize. This will upgrade you, and then you'll only pay once, and then you don't pay again. Or if you want to get a discount on the renewal, so maybe you paid the 87 and you want to pay the renewal. Again, it's asking you if you want to upgrade to lifetime. But if you don't, you can just, oh, it's remembering that I've already purchased it. I guess I should have logged out. All right, let me back up. And then Divi AI, I'm going to show an example of that. And again, Divi Cloud is like Dropbox. Divi VIP is paying for expedited support, but you really don't need it. And Divi Teams is if you have a team of people building websites for lots of different clients. And these other things I've never paid for. The marketplace is where it has third-party things you might want to get for Divi. I think I've only once or twice in the many years I've been using it bought something from the marketplace. So you don't have to get that. All right, let me see. I think I'll pause here. Does anybody have questions on what to buy?
We have a lot of questions that have come in. So somebody was asking if they already have Divi, they can just add on Divi AI if they want that. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I would, if you already have Divi and maybe you have lifetime, or you don't want to renew, if you just want the Divi AI, you click here and then looks like you're going to get a free prize. Claim this offer if you already had Divi. So it's $13 a month. So monthly it's $18. If you pay for the year, it's $13. So, it's a little pricey, but I'm going to show you what it can do, and you might want it. So during this holiday sale, it's on sale. And I don't know what it normally costs. I guess they should put what it normally costs. Let's see.
Okay. We've got several folks that are eager to hear about Divi AI, but I know we've got more questions here. Okay, so was it Mary? Mary says she purchased Divi for her daughter, and her daughter's site is the same IP as her site. She's not currently using Divi. So basically she was asking, is it unlimited Divi sites on one server, or once you buy like Divi, you can use it on unlimited sites? It doesn't matter what server they're on.
Well, I'm considering, since you are a family and it's your daughter, it doesn't matter what server it's on. You can use, you and your daughter can share the login, and you can have your own Divi site. That's how I would.
Okay.
That's how I would view it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think, Mary, that answered your question. Well, just feel free to type in a follow-up. So Jenna says that she has lifetime Divi. Does she need to pay annually for the Divi builder?
No, that's included, the Divi builder.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Greg says, do I need to subscribe year after year to simply keep using it, or just have access to is it the new updates? Like somebody else asked the question, like if you buy it annually and you don't renew, does your theme stop working, or do you just not get updates for it?
Great question. I think you just don't get updates, but I'm not sure what happens if you stop paying. I keep paying because they make updates to it, but I think you can keep using it. Joanna, do you know? I think you can keep using it.
I would guess so. That's usually what happens. You just don't get updates.
Yeah, I think you just don't get updates. I don't think it stops working.
Okay. That's Greg and Tom had asked that question.
Yeah, and this term membership is sort of confusing, but that's how they've named it, as a membership, because you pay by the year. But I think it won't stop working. I think you can keep using it. You'll just have a really old version. And Robert, I'm really sorry that I'm jumping around too much.
Okay.
I can do things again slower if you want me to. And it's all Edward points out, you're also getting support. Like if you have questions,
Yes.
you're also getting support.
Yes. And Judy had just mentioned that she's just purchased the Divi AI while she's building her website for the convenience of it, and then it sounds like she's going to cancel the AI once the website is up and running. Laura says, I thought Divi was a theme, so what is Elegant Themes?
Ah, Divi is a theme. Elegant Themes is the name of the company. So they used to have lots of different themes. And then once they built Divi, it was so popular, they dropped all their other themes. So they have Divi. Extra is like a blog version of their theme Divi. So this, you get this with it. But basically the company is all surrounded around the Divi theme, with Extra being like a version of it. And then Bloom is an email opt-in that you get with it, and Monarch is a social sharing that you get with it. And I don't that's what Elegant Themes is. It's just the name of the company.
Okay, and then Greg was asking, we mentioned what our understanding is at the end of the year if you don't, like renew for another year or upgrade, that you just don't get updates. So Greg was wondering what are the updates that you get?
So with WordPress, as the software changes, they just update the software and they add new things, and you get the new layouts when they add other layouts. So you would be able to have access to all those other layouts.
Okay.
So it's like, I think it's a good idea to pay every year. I mean, think about what it would cost you, like the $67 a year compared to how much it would cost to hire a designer is a pretty big deal. So they make improvements, they make updates, they add new designs. And then you get the Divi support if you need it.
And also, Christine, with updates, they can be security updates as well. Is that correct?
Yes.
So
they can be security updates.
Yeah, so Leslie was like, what's the benefit of lifetime if you don't need to renew annually? But it's highly recommended that you get the updates.
Yeah,
to keep
so
your site
if you
safe.
think you'll keep it for 3 years or more, then the lifetime is worth it.
Okay. So Judy was,
go, and then
there
read
are a lot of questions. Do you want to finish like the AI and then we can come back and...
Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, folks have a lot of questions about it.
Okay, let me get my PowerPoint back up. This part is kind of short, so let me unpause my screen. So christinasresources.com/Divi AI. That is a monthly membership, and it is 44% off right now. And I made this Mai Tai image on Christina's recipes with it. So this is what it looks like on the outside, and I will go to this page and show it. And this is the inside. So this is how I made it on the inside. I clicked on the AI. I said I wanted it to be in a watercolor, like I wanted a watercolor look. I typed in the description of what I wanted it to look like. You can give it a reference image, but I didn't in this instance. And then I just clicked generate. I said I wanted it to be a square image. See, this is a square image. I clicked generate, and then this is what it created. And let's see, bring this up. So this is my Christina's Recipes website. And so this is the image I generated. Then I generated a photo as well. Now, everybody has their own style. I kind of like the watercolor look because it doesn't look so AI. This one looks a little like an AI made it, but actually doesn't look that bad. So I included this for the purposes of the demo. So this was both created in about 5 minutes. So Jocelyn is asking, is it as good as Midjourney? You know, Jocelyn, I've tried to use Midjourney and I found the whole experience so confusing, and this is so much faster. So for me, it's worth the $13 a month. And then Deborah's asking, Joanne, I'm just reading a couple of these questions.
Sure.
She wants to know what my recipe website is selling. It's actually not selling anything right now. I mean, I might in the future sell cookbooks. That's kind of a good idea. This is kind of a legacy website that I wanted to capture a bunch of my mother's recipes and my own family recipes. So right now this website doesn't sell anything. So I just recipes that I've found online and I've modified. So this was a stock image. This is a photo I took of this beef stew with Guinness beer recipe. And then here's the recipe. So I made it for me and my family. That's what this is about. And also I like to have a sample of, you know, kind of what you can do. So it's sort of a demo site.
Angie was just curious on the photo. You said the one looks a little AI generated, and she was just wondering how you can, like, why do you think that?
It's just a feel. It's just
Okay.
it's just a feel. I mean, I actually don't think it looks that bad. And
I don't either.
Yeah, it's when I look at this down below, if I got rid of this, and I guess I'd have to tell the AI to remove these at the bottom, but that to me tips me off that it looks AI. But it doesn't look that bad. Some of the others didn't look so good. But again, in 5 minutes, I made these. And this is built in. If you purchase Divi AI, it's built in. Let me go back to my PowerPoint. It's built in. So you're inside Divi and you click this little AI button and it'll generate an image. Divi AI can also generate text. But for today's training, I just included the image part. And so this concludes the presentation of getting started with the Divi theme. I can now go to questions.